Hello and welcome to this episode of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. My name is John Gerdebed. I am the GM for this campaign. We rejoin the action as Seskarath and the others explore Gralhund Villa.
I'm assuming there's nothing else really to see in the room, but I'm going to give it a good once over.
There really isn't anything else in the room. Make me another insight check if you want, though.
Insight check. 22!
How well is his lying gonna do? Not that good.
Lying to me.
You can tell he's not telling you the full truth.
Kind of like, pretty much brings face closer to him.
Yes?
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Make me an intimidation check.
Pulls out the hand from that he lopped off of one of the guys downstairs and bites a finger off of it.
Make me an intimidation check with advantage.
If I had intimidation, this is where I just fail. Just fail catastrophically. 17?
That's pretty good.
He goes, like, you've seen him in panic. Like, he was, when he shoved the wardrobe and the desk and the chair out of the way of the door,
Yeah.
he was in a panic of, like, my family might be being murdered. I'm in grave trouble. He goes white as a sheet. The colour just drains from him as he watches you eat the hand in front of him.
Yeah.
Let's all calm down right now. Seskarath, just continue to chew that finger for a moment.
We have been...
Audible cracking of bone.
My house, Gralhund, has been bankrolling the Black Network operations in Waterdeep, including the plot to steal the Stone of Golor from Neverember's spy Dalakar. But my wife was frustrated with the Zentarum and their inability to get the Stone of Golor. So she gave her necklace of fireballs to her mechanical servant and sent it out to retrieve the stone.
Fantastic. That's wonderful information. First question, where's the servant?
She sent it away.
Away where?
She sent it away with the stone. I don't know. It wasn't part of the plan.
Was it here tonight?
It left earlier today, yes.
Did it leave anything behind?
Like what?
Something that would make this device point to device.
Yeah, pull out the nimble right rod. Where is it?
I think Nuri has the nimble right detector at the moment.
I don't remember being given anything.
I believe that Gimbal gave it to you at the end of last session, and you were the one that was carrying it when you found Gralhund.
I think so, yeah, because then we did someone, so.
Because Gimbal wanted his hands free.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, we'll assume so then, yes.
So Nuri can hand it back to you now if you're asking for it.
Indeed. Nuri, can I have the steak?
Not a problem. Just been holding it.
Thank you.
I can do
I'm going
things
to
one-handed.
dismantle the mechanical thing that can cast better spells than me.
Do you try to use the...
Indeed.
Doesn't signal.
Interesting.
What is that thing? Who are you people?
We're just adventurers, and this thing finds nimble rights.
Yes.
Like your wife's mechanical servant.
She gave it the stone and told it to leave. I don't know where she told it to go.
Maybe we should ask your wife about this.
She won't tell you.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Yes. But actually, we should really leave though. Still goes to the guards though. Saskarath, need your hair, please.
I can barely hear anything at the moment. I'm on my phone because my...
Oh, this is getting bad. No, Sean.
No.
Hold on.
Fix it.
Oh.
Hello?
There we go.
Hey.
At what point
Hello.
did you cut out?
I cut out as Gimbal got the detector back.
So he fired it off. He attempted to use it, and it didn't detect anything.
And you've never seen a wizard or homicidal in your life.
Orund explained that his wife sent the servant away with the Stone of Golor.
Has he amended his story to nearer to now, or is it still like earlier on today?
Well, we said we were going to go talk to his wife because she's to know where he's gone off to, and he's like, never. And I was like, well, fuck it, we're going anyway. And I asked for your help, Saskara.
Okie dokie. Doopy.
With a pleasure, my lord. Until next time.
Gimbal,
Yes.
before you leave, roll me an intelligence check.
Run,
Uh-oh.
child. Run, Gimbal.
I broke it.
Run.
My intelligence is really good.
I hope so, you're a wizard.
Yeah.
Is it Gimbal?
Nope.
Never mind.
My rage has blinded me.
So the guards here have shut the door behind them, and they are just stood.
Freaking rude.
They are guarding this door.
My dog.
And
Okay. What do you want to do then?
We have been instructed that none can pass. You may leave, but... You may leave now. But if you want to come through here, you have to go through us, and that will be... You will be
Goodbye
breaking the
now.
law. If you go now, we won't report that you were here to the City Watch.
We should head on, everyone.
We have questions for the lady.
Maybe not today. Would be good.
Then when? We've already wasted too much time with this.
We'll just have to go somewhere else. They said they've gone off somewhere, at least it's... seem to have the stone.
I need to, I should say this as a whisper. I need to check in with his lordship.
Turns to Gimbal. Just, like, eyebrows, raise an eyebrow.
The not so subtlest of winks.
No, it's more likely, like, confused. Like, what do you mean?
I'll explain when we get outside.
Fine, wait here 1 second. One of the guards just ducks inside, shuts the door behind him. Pretty much.
Womp, 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 womp. It's between peanuts and you're doing bloody morph.
I just love to imagine that this lowly guard walking into where his ladyship is supposed to be and just having a full-blown fucking argument with her.
He comes back out and says, I'm afraid, Lady Gralhund, she will take one question at the moment, but doesn't wish to see anybody. So what do you want to know?
Well, the pertinent question is where did she send her nimble right, but I doubt she'll give us an answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out now. I hope it was like one question. Might just have to be straight out, like, where's the nimble right gone?
Yeah, that's all. That's the only question I think we really need to ask her is where it's gone. I don't think we have any other reason to speak with her other than that.
Yes. Could you be so kind as to ask the ladyship, where's the robot gone?
I mean, there's the only other question I can think of is to ask what the Stone of Golor actually is, because we've heard about it a lot, but not actually known what it is.
That's also a good question, although that was going to be the whole thing of let's go speak to Neverember.
So what are you asking?
I said what the stone is. She might answer if we've just basically asked her plainly, but I don't think she's going to tell us where the nimble right is.
Yeah. Let's do the stone. I can just phrase it as being like, it's out of academic curiosity.
Yeah.
Indulge a gnomish wizard.
Indulge a poor wizard who can't cast fireball yet.
Don't remind me. As soon as we find this nimble right, it will feel a true fireball.
So we inquire about the stone.
The guard ducks back inside again, and a moment of morph and peanuts occurs again.
Wom, 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 wom.
for purely academic purposes, the Stone of Golor is some kind of ancient creature transformed into an artifact. It is rumored to know the location of a hidden vault in Waterdeep.
Good to know. Thank you for that.
Orand steps around the corner. My wife is not telling the whole truth there, and I rather like my hands still attached and uneaten. That has a lasting imprint in my memory now. The Stone of Golor knows the location of a hidden vault in Waterdeep containing 500,000 dragons. Which you would all know is Waterdeep slang for gold pieces.
Dragons to be locked in a room.
And a coin.
Pulls out one of his coins. Oh.
Yes, a lot of those.
You note that on the coin is carved a dragon.
Yes. Interesting.
I don't know what my wife wanted to do with it.
Well, I think I'm assuming that's as much as we're going to get out of these people, out of character. So,
Indeed.
Okay.
Well, at least we got something to go off, and we can report back to his lordship.
yeah. So, your cooperation is appreciated.
Your swift exit from my home is also greatly appreciated. I hope to never see you again.
It's already walked off.
Come back.
You might see him again. He likes to come back for seconds.
He looks very concerned and just whispers to the guard something that you don't hear.
What do you guys do?
To someone.
We spoke to someone and got an answer.
Ba-da-ba. To the tavern.
I'm assuming you head home. It's up to you if you don't.
Well, it's pretty late,
Well,
tonight, so
It's late, so I would assume we probably would head back.
Indeed.
Underscum comes out in a flowery apron. How was your day?
Underscum comes out and brings you all tea.
I could use just tea.
So what did you find out? I assume with the length of time you've been gone, you found the Nimblewright detector. Or the Nimblewright with the detector. You didn't find you had the... Now, I'm going to stop talking now, says Underscum.
You tried.
There's a whole vault of money in this city.
What?
I don't think I can do it with minor illusion, but I'll try my best to make like 500,000 gold dragons fill the table.
How big is minor illusion space? It's like
That's
5
right.
feet.
I don't think it's big enough.
You make a pile of gold fill the table. It doesn't.
Is it? Can he make a tiny little like drawing of himself, and then just a mountain of gold, like tiny gold pieces, just
Yeah, can't be bigger than a 5-foot cube. So yeah, I'll
Yeah.
put like
Just-
myself into scale.
To scale,
Scale-
you put yourself
scale it
next to.
scale it down.
A tiny little gimbal stands on the table with his arms up in celebration next to a giant pile of gold coins. The little gimbal just kind of
Yep.
animates like a 8-bit animation character.
I was about to say animates like Mario from NES Classics.
Yahoo!
Yeah.
Yahoo!
Yeah.
You might need to tell me more details than just there's a lot of gold.
There is a stone that was taken from the gnome that was coming to here. And the stone knows the location of a vault containing a large quantity of gold.
Okay.
And apparently the Nimblewright we seek has the stone.
But it wasn't there.
We found where it was, but not where it is.
Ah, that's troublesome. Well, I suppose there's nothing more that can be done tonight.
We must rest.
That's me.
Unless Lord Reginald has something to add, as he is typing.
Okay, good night, Tanny.
Daddy.
Oh, she's gone.
Not hearing fun.
Feel better.
No. Get well soon.
There. Managed to get my demand of feeling better.
Well, McKimble needs to rest anyway. I need to recharge spells.
I feel like I must rest in order to be able to surge in an action-like manner.
And Ori sort of just feels bad, like, sorry, I haven't been much help.
You've been fine. You've been great.
Gave me healing, that seems useful.
Only a little.
Okay, whose bedrooms are on? Okay. Gimbal and Underscum, can I get perception checks from you at disadvantage?
Gosh darn it. It's that blasted nimble, right? Perception, you say?
Yes, please.
It's just slouched in Gimble's room.
Well, 5.
Apparently
It's
fine.
more the fact of I managed. Really? 3 2s? What are the odds? Pretty high, actually, thinking about it.
Let me check the stealth of this character. Yeah, they... Cool.
Just
Yeah, I think passively they win.
Passively, they win. They don't need to roll anything.
beyond a shadow of a doubt, you ain't found shit.
You all head up to your respective bedrooms. You either sleep in...
Disgrace has a bath.
You all get ready for bed. And sleep through the night. Peacefully. Nothing seems to happen. Who of you three gets up first in the mornings?
I'd imagine I'd get up really early.
I get up fairly early, but I wouldn't like.
I mean, before 10.
Certainly be about 6:30, 7, because spellbook takes forever to memorize.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Gimbal wins on the earliness. I don't think I got that early.
Gimbal,
Mm-hmm.
you get up and you head downstairs and prepare yourself a drink of coffee before heading up to memorize your spellbook.
What does my full health? Action surge. Beyond D&D. Long rest.
Could you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no. Oh boy, this is going to hurt. Hey!
You take a swig of the coffee and you spit it across the room. There is a foul taste in it.
Is it made from cat poo?
No.
There is a coffee. There is a coffee that is made from. It's not a cat. I'm trying to think, but it's like a
monkey.
badger type animal.
It's
Yeah.
some kind of. There's some like another one. I don't know if it's the same one, but it's one that's made from like some sort of polecat.
Yeah, and it's like berries, and they eat it, and then they put it back out, and you collect it from their poo.
No,
Like,
I understand that tastes quite nice, if a little unappealing to collect, but
you could imagine somebody like thinking, "Oh, so that's how coffee's made. I'll just,
this
go and collect some."
this has a sharp, bitter taste that is very unlike the proper taste of coffee, which is sharp and bitter, but in a nice way.
This is a different.
Yeah, this is like more put vinegar in as opposed to water. At which point Gimbal would start swearing off the top of, pretty much a full volume. Oh, that beep, 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 beep. Pretty much, if you translate it to common beat, who didn't change the coffee last night? This is disgusting.
Makes way down. Why are you beeping?
Because someone didn't change the coffee, says Skarath. Try some. It's vile.
Don't really drink it, but takes a tiny sip, knowing that apparently something's wrong with it.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I don't know why I did that at advantage, but
Okay.
I'll roll.
Roll again.
Roll again.
At just normal.
That's
You take a small sip and you just spit it across the rum. It tastes... It tastes foul.
Like poisony foul, or
Yes.
Poison. I go. Did you get this? Did you brew this from our water supply, or did you find this?
I made it like 2 seconds ago.
I go down to the kitchen.
And I follow Seskarath.
Make me an investigation check.
Come on, normal. Yes, I
Yay!
You find a small note.
Sorry, I poisoned your water again.
That reads, "You're fools to think the poison would kill a snake. But now you know my fangs have venom too, signed the Black Viper.
I feel like we're stuck in the middle of a conspiracy.
But it's there again. It said, "Right, you are going to provide."
You're fools to think the poison would kill a snake, but now you know my fangs have venom too. Signed the Black Viper.
Why is this? Have we made an enemy of some sort of snake?
I don't know. Probably.
Have we poisoned anyone?
Not that I know of. Have you poisoned anyone?
I think I have some poison. I've got some that I got from that drow. Kind of pulls out a little vial and shakes it.
Sean would like to point out Civet Cat coffee.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think it's like, isn't it one of the most expensive coffees in the world or something?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go find the Civet Cat first, so...
And then, catch the cat and squeeze it really hard.
Yes, it is, says Sean.
Sean, doing my homework. Since
I assume it's the most expensive coffee, not that you have to squeeze the cat.
That's exactly how you do it. To confirm, Sean, that is how you get it. You've just got to find the civet cat and just squeeze really hard. Squeeze thy cat.
Squeezed thy cat.
Rich, did you know that there is such thing called fluffy aggression? Because where you do literally want to squeeze like cute things.
Sean says, please do not squeeze civet cats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. It's not like squeeze as in like, but because animals were always like a wild thing.
Yeah,
As
I know.
humans, like started like there isn't like our brains aren't hardwired for cute. They're still like it's a wild animal. I need to like squidge it.
Yeah.
Of course, like our squidging it is like tickling it behind the ears and calling it beautiful.
And now all that comes to mind is the abominable snowman from old Bugs Bunny cartoons.
I will argue I created
And squeeze.
Yep.
About an hour passes.
Yeah, Sesgrath is just thoroughly confused by the note and doesn't know what it's talking about.
I think someone meant to poison us.
But someone's trying to put. He knows that bit, but he doesn't know what the note is talking about. In the fact of you're forced to think you could poison a snake. It's like we haven't poisoned anyone, and I don't know who this Black Viper is.
About an hour or so passes, and there's a at the door.
Hey, go to the door. Where is the door? Which door? Which door? Which door? This door? That door? I'll just stand between. There I go. Stand the door. The door. I open the door.
Hello.
Why did you say it 3 times?
It's part of the job.
I thought you would want to know about our investigation into the fireball outside. As a matter of courtesy to some who have helped force Grey in the past. You understand this is not normal procedure.
Yes.
Let's go with
Do you
yes.
wish? Do you wish to come in?
Yes, please.
I step aside to allow him in.
Saith Cromley comes in and sits down at one of the chairs and
I-
gestures to the other two chairs to...
Do you wish me to get the rest of my companions?
Yes, it's probably best to repeat this only once.
Listen carefully, for I shall say this only one.
I travel upstairs and hammer on all the doors that I know people should probably be in, and tell them that
Underscum and Reginald will both come downstairs. So they have no choice because they're currently cardboard cutouts.
and then all the way up to the top floor, knocky knock knock knock.
Nuri, Seskarath comes and knocks at your door.
Hello, you can come in.
I open door a little bit and stick head in. So is the guy a sergeant or is he a constable? Or
He is... Hey, Vipe, Sergeant.
he's a sergeant. The sergeant has come to tell us of the investigation into the fireball.
You go down.
Good, thanks, Vipe. How are you doing?
Oh,
There we go.
Vibe, what are you doing poisoning our water for?
Sergeant Five, this is most unbecoming of the watch.
Poisoning our water like some sort of sneaky bugger?
We had reason to investigate last night. Gralhund Villa. Local residents reported a disturbance there, and we were granted a swift search warrant to investigate. My officers discovered Lord Gralhund unconscious. Lady Gralhund was in shock, and their half-orc bodyguard was bloodied but unbowed. They reported that they had been held hostage in their own home for more than a week, for more than a 10-day, by agents of the Black Network. Most of the Zentarim that were on the site were killed during a bloody revolt led by Lord Gralhund himself, including one of their prominent leaders, Erstal Floxin. We have started to search for anyone with connections to the Zentarim. They claimed that a mechanical construct that was delivered to their house weeks earlier was in fact working with the Zentarim, and it stole a necklace of fireballs, which it used to cause the explosion.
Annoying.
Doesn't do that.
If we say we were there, we're in such deep.
Yeah, we can't say we're there. We were there, which is pretty much why Seskrath is just not talking. He's not saying a word.
It's very unsescarath of you.
We believe that the situation is resolved now. We are investigating the Black Network, the Zentarim. We are hoping to be able to track down this mechanical spy, we have started to bring in anybody with a connection to the Zentarum.
Gimble wants to say that they're calling.
Just Gimble in the corner going, mustn't say it!
Yeah, like follow River eating his own fist to try and shut himself up.
Thank you for your cooperation in this matter.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Apologies. Really bitter coffee this morning.
Yes.
Makes
you
him
like
bitter
some?
as well.
I mean, if you've got a bad pot of coffee, that does tend to set the whole day off to a bad start.
Was very bad.
Like we're being assassinated, you could say.
Really? Yes, I can't remember having coffee that bad, but... Anyway, I must be going. We're meant to... Well, we're rounding up people. We've got a lot of work to do with everything that is happening at the moment, but I thought it was a matter of courtesy just to let you know how the ongoing investigation is going, as you yourselves have assisted Force Grey in the past.
Well, we are thankful for you letting us know.
Indeed.
And he gets up and leaves.
Look out the window, make sure he's a good distance away. Seskarath?
Yes.
I think we're being played.
Happy.
Because
So-
everything that they've just told the watch is at a bull.
Well, I suppose it would excuse anything that he admitted to us that he had connections to the Black Network. So that way it excuses anything they find by telling them that they've been held captive.
I would just like to say I'm not a big fan of this.
Big fan.
No, I'm not a
What?
big fan. I hate it.
Not right. But we now know that the watch are looking for this nimble right. So if we wish to investigate it and find it first, we need to work quickly.
Agreed.
Also, we need to figure out who poisoned our coffee.
But we already know that was the Black Viper. Hence their note.
But we don't know who this Black Viper is,
Good point.
and why they think we poisoned them.
I think we're getting very off track here.
The mechanical man is the most important thing.
Agreed.
Yes.
We must. Sorry, went Yoda there.
Do I have a name for what's his name? I don't think I do. I need to find the picture of I need to find Rainier. Where are you, Rainier?
Rainier.
In the handout somewhere.
So he's kind of got luxurious brown hair. He's wearing a blue tabard. I don't know what would his name be. I suppose brown hair, brown. He's brown. There we go.
He is now known as Brown. I want to say you had a name for him before, but I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either. That's the problem. I'm making notes of all my nicknames now.
I just got rid of mine the other day from Days After the End. Literally just got rid of the note.
Just threw it away. So it's all going on my. It's all going on my. It's all going on my allies and organizations section.
Why not taking this balls down to? I'll make a note of that later.
So it's Brown wants that has. Well, he at least mentioned that stone to us, so we need to find it if we can.
Agreed.
Also, if he doesn't want it, then the money might come in useful to us.
I'm sure Neverember's not going to mind missing it.
He might offer a reward for transporting it out of the city.
At this point, there is a... as something smacks into the door.
Damn, Paperboy! I go to the door. I open door. I look at her.
There is about head height. I'm going to sneeze.
Isn't it?
There is about head height a winged snake.
As in, like, just sat at the... As in, flapping its
Like
little
flapping
wings?
its wings at the door, just at about level with your head.
Does it...
When you open the door, it flutters in, and there is a note tied around it.
Who volunteers to take the note off the possibly venomous flying snake?
I'll take the note of the possibly venomous flying snake. If I die, I have a plan for backup character. It might be somewhat of a wizard, but a wizard that makes things.
Yeah.
The note reads, I would like to know more about what happened at Gralhund Villa. If you can spare time, meet me at Agherion's statue in the City of the Dead at high sun tomorrow. You'll be paid generously for your time and trouble, signed Istrid Horn.
A name I've never heard before. Do I know of him?
You
I
don't.
don't think we've met him, have we?
You have not.
Why us? What have we ever done to deserve this?
I don't know. But we have a day to find that stone, or at least the Nimblewright that had it. Before we meet or don't meet this Istrid.
That's very good pronunciation. I'm quite impressed. But
The name doesn't do to amend it.
Is it more information though? And I can't stand not knowing. What about the rest of you? Are we up for doing this? Possibly dying.
If we try to get there earlier, we can try to at least assure it is not a trap. If we go to this meeting at all. Yeah. Words.
Yeah, certainly sounds like an idea.
So what is your plan for the day before you have to go and meet with Istrid?
We have no way of contacting Neverember, do we?
You know where he lives.
That's
We
gonna
know
be
where
okay, isn't it?
Rainier lives. We did the protect.
You did the protecting.
Way back when we were mere level 1 chump.
Now you're mere level
Back
3
before I
chumps.
could die.
The one where... Was it Reginald or was it... Reginald or was it Underscum that got flung off a roof and nearly died?
Underscum has been at 0 health a lot.
Yeah. So I feel we should try to find this. I mean, maybe use the detector some more to find the mechanical man.
So I don't think that's going to work, but it's worth.
Well, we
Right.
know it was a Gralhund, so we can try to center our search there.
They would have moved on from there.
Well, it found it when it wasn't there.
Good point. I think that sounds like a good plan. I'm going to drop 2 in the voice for because it really wrecks my throat.
That is fair.
This voice is very, very taxing to me.
Okay, so you head out to Gralhund. Which direction from Gralhund outwards do you search for the day?
Sadly, we are still in Trollskull Manor.
Oh yeah, let me bring you to this map.
The city map.
I'm on the city map. Let's put you on
Yeah.
the
We
city
need
map.
a city map. We need it, John.
Lasted level triggers, they never activate the same way twice.
We kind of searched, like, all of the north bit, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, southward seems to be the way to go. Part of me wants to do more around Neverembers, because if they have the stone, then they'll need to know where the vault is, and that's something Neverember probably has in his head.
Maybe. Where do we have a location for Rainier's?
For a start, you do know that you were told that the stone knows the location.
So the stone itself knows the location anyway.
That is what
Well-
the stone does.
So Rainier is a moot point with this.
Indeed.
So where are you heading?
The only places we haven't really searched are the south of Gralhund and Trollskull, and kind of
No, we did
west.
south bit of Trollskull, because that's when we realised it was over around where Gralhund is now.
Yeah. Where to search? That is the question. I really don't know. I mean, there's the western side, like beyond the high road.
We could start poking around the City of the Dead.
Where is the City of the Dead? Where is it gone?
Yeah.
Where's it gone? I can't find it. Where's it gone?
It's down this way. It's south if you
There
can.
it is.
South of Gralhund.
Yeah, it's even further south. Yeah. We could do that. As that.
I feel like that's a good idea. Let's start at Gralhund again, see if we get a ping. If not, then we'll head south.
Yeah, if we can find anything that might point us in a direction at the very least.
Aye, that sounds like a plan.
So starting at Gralhund, you don't get a ping.
Told you, it's moved on.
Are you just kind of going to walk down from Gralhund to the City of the Dead with it going all the time?
Yes.
Ping! Ping!
You get down to Golden Serpent Street.
Where's Golden? Oh, there you are.
And the umbrella starts to turn.
It's there. Bye.
Pigeon, catch the pigeon, catch the...
That's the robots. Moving to the skies.
And you start to head down Marlsimma Way. And the umbrella starts spinning faster and faster, and the clicking gets quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. And eventually it circles in on a pile of garbage in a back alley.
I rummage through the garbage.
As you stick your hand into the garbage, with a clockwork motion, the nimble right steps out of the pile of rubbish that it was hidden within and draws a sword.
I'm here to fight you.
Time to kill us the nimble rat, bitch.
I don't want to fight it. I don't have the spell yet.
Yeah, let's bring the other two with you, because we'll get to see them do some stuff. And
With what the lady at the Temple of Gon said, she wanted it destroyed,
yes,
or did they want it? And did they want it brought back, or did they want it?
They wanted evidence of its destruction.
Right. They want it destroyed, and they want something brought back. And I took a crowbar specifically to try and crowbar
For that
some
purpose, yes.
We're going to Gordon Freeman it.
Just to remind you, this is a nimble right.
Look at its little clockwork face.
Look at that expertly crafted goatee.
And
That's
so,
green.
again, for the last time tonight, I feel.
Yeah, you want us to click a button.
Could I have initiative checks, please?
Clicking the button.
As soon as it lets me select the character, there it goes. Initiative 10.18.
I'll be right with you. My page has to load.
Oh, bad job on this one.
There we go. Has it come through?
That's the point. I didn't get rid of my temporary hit. I presume the temporary hit points in Hungry Jaws don't last overnight. So leave them.
No, they don't.
Yep.
So, Nuri.
Yes.
Mechanical man just steps out of the pile of rubbish in front of Seskarath. What do you do? It's wearing a tattered cloak.
I take it. Do we want to just subdue the guy, or
Well,
hold on?
our orders from the temple were to destroy it, but if we can get any information out of it that might be handy. But
Okay.
we don't even know if we can actually communicate with it at all yet.
No. Let's spiritual weapon.
Okay, I need to find my glaive guy again. I need to spell glaive properly. Your glaive apparates, swings, and unfortunately misses the Nimblewright, who just sort of defends it with his rapier.